Hi there. On the 14th of March, we have not only a full moon in Virgo, but it's going to be a total lunar eclipse as well. So that's the first eclipses for 2025. So eclipses come in pairs. And so we have four every year, two pairs every year. First of all, we have the lunar eclipse, and then it's followed within a couple of weeks with the solar eclipse. So we're just going to focus on the lunar eclipse and the full moon today. So a full moon in Virgo. So full moons bring things to fruition. They bring, the things to us, the harvest, the things to the surface, all of that stuff comes up at a full moon. It pulls, the moon represents our emotions. So all of those can be brought to the surface at this time as well. So Virgo energy is a very wounded energy, and it's ruled by Chiron, the wounded healer. So a lot of Virgo people come into this lifetime already feeling wounded and already feeling like they're on the back foot or they've got something to heal. And certainly most of them always feeling like they're not good enough in some way. So at the time of this full moon, what could come up for a lot of you is any feelings of inadequacy or feelings that you're just not perfect enough or feelings that you just can't do things as perfectly enough. So it's really important at this time. The worst thing you can do is start comparing yourself to others. That's just a recipe for disaster. So please try not to do that, especially at this full moon. And with this Virgo energy is an opportunity to bring things to the surface so that they can be healed and they can be released and let go of. So what could well happen for a lot of you at the time of this full moon is that old hurts, old wounds, old scars from the past other lifetimes, plus this lifetime can come up to the surface to make you aware that they're still festering there in the background and you need to do some healing work on them. So you might feel quite triggered at this full moon. And the triggers, if you do feel triggered, look at what's triggering you, because it'll be an emotional thing, but the emotional thing won't be so much about what's going on in the moment right now. It'll be more about triggering an old wound, that's something that's similar that happened in the past, or something that's got that same feeling to it that's come up to make you see that you've buried this, you haven't healed it. So, I mean, it could be quite a difficult full moon for many people because of this energy of healing that's going to come with it. And because, often with Virgo energy, we're really focusing on where we feel like we're not good enough and where we feel like we could do more. One of the biggest challenges for a lot of Virgo people is they have a real fear of failure. And so, putting yourself out there to do something new and to set yourself up can be extremely fearful for them, especially if they think they're not good at it or they're not going to be good at it, or it's something that they could only half do or not do well. Then they'll, run a mile from it. So if you're a Virgo out there, I hope you can relate to what I'm saying. But really, at the time of this lunar lunar eclipses represent endings and solar eclipses represent new beginnings. And so how an eclipse kind of works is an energy that tends to sort of push us forward. It allows us to sort of take a big leap forward. I kind of look at it a bit like a diving board at a swimming pool, where you just jump off the board and it just propels you out towards the water, out as far as you're going to go. And and this is what an eclipse does. It pushes you forward towards something, or to let go of something as well. And it does it off its own energy. You don't have to do a lot about it. What would help for you to do is to be aware of what you do want to let go of and what does come up for you, to be aware of that. But really, after that, it takes care of itself. Whatever comes to the surface will come up, and you might cry, you might get angry, whatever might go on for you. But then that should be enough, that pulling it to the surface of that eclipse energy for it to be dealt with in some way. The universe kind of takes care of it because it comes out of you, out to the universe, and then the universe and the spirit take care of it for you. So just allow whatever's going to come up for you to come up, and try and look at what it taught you. That's the most important thing with everything that we go through on the earth plane. You chose your life before you were born. You chose all of these dramas, all of these problems, all of these challenges that you've been through. You chose them, but you chose them so you could learn something, not so that you could be miserable and unhappy. It's all about what you're learning from this. So, these things that may come up for you at the time of this full moon, and the hurts and the wounds from them, try to remove yourself from the emotion and look at what it taught you. Look at how, being trashed by that person gave you more confidence in yourself. It sounds crazy, but that's how it works. How not getting that job allowed you to get an even better job. How being ignored by that person allowed you to meet another person. Everything falls into place as it's supposed to. And we've got to allow that to happen. So at the time of this full moon lunar eclipse, just allow it. Allow what comes up to come up, and allow what it's going to do, and then see where it takes you. Because within a week or so, you should be feeling like you've let go of stuff, that you're kind of on another pathway that has got less of a burden, less wounds, or less old stuff that you're carrying, because you've let it go, working towards the solar eclipse, which is at the end of the month. I'll come back to you to talk about that another time. So the solar eclipse, which will be the new beginning that comes out of that ending. So it's sort of like you've got to close one door to open another, but you've just got to sort of start to close the door, and the universe closes the rest of it for you, and then you start to open the other door with the solar eclipse, and then the universe opens that one further for you as well. So good luck with this lunar eclipse. It's a full moon, so get your crystals out there and get them nice and cleansed in that energy as well, and be kind to yourself. Whatever you do, it could be a difficult time. There could be a lot of emotions coming up, and especially if you're already a particularly emotional person, or you've been through a lot of late, which a lot of us have, stuff could come up. Just go with it. It's okay. Do some writing, do some journaling, make yourself feel better. I'll see you again soon. Bye.